Hey everybody, it sure has been a while, hasn't it? Today's episode of the Snark podcast is sponsored by News Voice. As I'm sure most of us already know, almost all US media is owned by a handful of big, creepy, greedy corporations, so finding unbiased information and different perspectives is pretty damn hard. We need to take back control of the news, and this is how you can help. News Voice gives you a personalized news feed by aggregating major news sites as well as international and independent media. Each story shows several sources, which are all tagged with their bias and perspective. I've been saying for years that the best way to get accurate information is to cross-reference all of the biased stuff. So this is pretty perfect for me. As a reader, you'll be joining a movement to change the way we consume news and media. You can upvote the stories that you find interesting so more people will see them, or add stories and links that are missing. Not only will you be joining a democratized platform for news, but you'll also be saving time by getting all of your news in one app, with unbiased summaries written by News Voice's community of volunteers. This is something that I genuinely feel is actually super useful and super important right now, so please download the News Voice app completely free from the link in our description on YouTube, and if you're off YouTube, please visit the Google Play Store or iTunes and search News Voice to download it for free today. newsvoice.com/app/the Snark Tank. Thanks again to News Voice for supporting today's episode, and go ahead and show them support. Huh? Do it for me. Do it for Chris.
Hey, look, it's a little dead meme.
Alrighty, welcome to the Snark Tank podcast. It's us as always. I'm your host, Chris.
Yes, it is.
Chris Reagan, and I'm joined as always by. Say hi, guys. It's the end of the year.
It's the end
What's
of
up,
the world.
fools? We made it, and I wish fucking everything was, dead like the virus, right? So
Yeah.
then we can go and clean the 2021. I want to go and clean.
Yeah, it
We
sucks.
still got like a.
It sucks that we're gonna
Right?
have this weird transitionary kind of it's still shitty kind of period. But it's like
I'm just over this year. I'm glad it's gone. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy Sweeny. What's going on? DJ Long Dick. Just saying.
DJ
I love
Long
you guys. Just don't stay alive. That's it.
we all I think we just saw each other in person yesterday for the first time since what, March?
Wild.
Yeah, something like that.
It was fucking crazy.
Something like that.
We haven't seen
It is.
we were living in a different place the last time we all were in the same room together.
Yeah, it's wild. The world's crazy.
Because we filmed
Yeah,
we filmed the Twitter trash.
We did.
Check it out.
We did. It probably. I don't know.
We'll see.
It's got to be out before the end of the year, right? So it's probably going to be out the 30th. I'm just assuming.
Yeah.
So wait, tomorrow or we'll see. Yeah, I'll probably put it out tomorrow. So whatever.
All right. That sounds good.
So
yeah.
but it's the end of the year. We're gonna handle this episode a little bit more chill. We're gonna focus, I think, on questions. Get through some of the questions that we haven't been able to answer in the last couple weeks. There's a lot of them. So I figured we'd just do that today. No need to get into some weird news stories that aren't even really happening. The only thing that's really happening are the same things that we've been talking about, which is the stimulus checks and Pelosi and McConnell, and that's not really fun to talk about again.
Yeah.
So
It's not fun at all. Just bitch ass niggas. That's all it is. I mean, really, if you want to put it in a nutshell.
It's just evil ass Palpatine ass niggas existing, dog. But whatever.
It's so funny, man. Whenever shit like this happens, I know we're gonna get into it, but all I can think of is George Carlin. I just think about all the shit that he said decades ago. I'm like, it's still happening.
He was right. He was entirely right.
Man, it's so sad. It's weird. It's sad that we don't have that man's commentary today, but it's also man, I'm kind of glad he didn't have to see all this insane garbage.
He didn't have to see himself be exactly right. Yeah.
Yeah.
He'd be like,
Unfortunately.
I quote, he would say you bitch niggas aren't listening to me. The fuck, dog. He would say that because I don't know if you've ever seen his specials, but he was pretty rough around the edges.
He
never really dropped the N-bomb, but
Yeah. Every special he had to drop one.
At least one with the words you can't say on TV.
Yeah, the seven dirty words were
wasn't that Richard Pryor?
No, that was Carlin.
That was Carlin.
That was Carlin?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Did So before we started recording, we were like, "Oh, what are we going to talk about today?" There's not really much happening. And then Derek said something. He found something just now that was. What'd you find? Could you explain?
I was
Let's hear
scrolling.
it.
I was scrolling on Twitter just to see. Oh, what's happening? You know, that's what we do a lot. And
Okay.
I see a thing that an account that says conspiracy theories and facts. And then it shows dragon found in Tibet. And then it shows a dead fucking dragon. And somebody is, first off, they're not even panning out at all. Like they're starting at the tail, the legs, and then it takes forever to finally get to the head. Or just to let you know that this is absolute horseshit. And then I look to see who the fuck retweeted this. And it's Conor McGregor. And I'm just like, why? What does he believe this is a real fucking dragon? And here's the other thing. If it was, wouldn't this be on every headline everywhere?
No.
Not just conspiracy theories and facts.
Well, genuinely probably not, because that's like game breaking. So you'd probably be like, you wouldn't hear about it for a little while. Like that pop up somewhere, then it would get taken down, and you'd be like, oh, that's wild. And then like later
are they
on,
keeping dragons a secret?
It's the big companies. It's big no dragon.
there's the big no dragon companies.
It's big. Who usually slays the dragons? Like fucking Templars or something, or some
Templars,
bullshit?
fucking Templars.
Is it Big Templar or something?
Send the Templar after the dragon. Yes, sir. Some big ass dude with fucking clerical robes on, fucking metal armor, walks out with a big ass fucking sword spear. I forgot what they're called. Glaives. I will slay it, sire.
Yo, it's crazy, man. I mean, it's a cool. Whoever made that thing, it looks pretty cool. I'm like, oh yeah, shit, that's pretty dope.
A fucking dragon.
Imagine if, I mean, shit, if the dinosaurs didn't get exploded. I mean, they pretty much there were dragons around that time. I would say pterodactyls were basically dragons.
Yeah. I would say so. Yeah, I mean, it would be hard to disagree. With
as close as possible, I guess.
Yeah.
They're flying like things with scales, but they had feathers. No, they had feathers actually. No.
Well, they theorized that a lot of dinosaurs had feathers.
Actually, I think the pterodactyl might not technically be a dinosaur. Actually, I think it might should be a lizard or something like that.
What?
I think a pterodactyl's not actually a dinosaur. I think it's something else.
But I mean,
it's from that era of time, but I don't think it counts as a dinosaur. I think it's technically something else. It doesn't have "sore" in its name.
I don't know about that. I can't even shit on you because I can't.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know anything about.
I heard that before, and I could be wrong. I can look it up now, but I'm pretty sure I heard that from somewhere, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
Fucking playing fucking Destiny. You were playing Destiny with. He's like,
"Oh
"Hey,
my
you know
god!"
Fucking pterodactyls
Okay,
are
why don't you fucking Destiny my dick in your mouth? How about that? Okay.
Headshot, you little bitch. Fuck you need to get your head out of the clouds, man.
Yeah, man.
I don't know why you're talking to me like this.
Get on Team Mass Effect, man.
Better get your fucking head out the clouds.
He still hasn't played Mass Effect.
He still hasn't played. He's not even gonna play when it comes out remastered. He's not even gonna play it then.
I know he won't. Yeah.
He's just one of those people. He's just one of those contrarians who's like, I know, I heard it's so great. I'm gonna stay the fuck away from it.
No, I want to play it, but like I don't know. You know?
No, what?
No, I don't know.
That was
what
not
does that mean?
That wasn't even a sentence.
Okay, so pterosaurs are dinosaurs. I don't know why they're not called pterodactyls. Oh no, it's common for pterodactyls. Okay, no.
Are you saying the silent P?
Yeah, that's how it's spelled, you know?
Oh man, somebody. Yo, you're in the same room. Go slap him. You're in the same living quarters.
Holy
like that
shit.
deserves a good elbowing.
I can't find it in me to get up.
Yeah. All right. Good point.
What are you looking at?
Wait a minute.
I don't know. He's like studying. He's looking very hard at the screen. Well, it might be because he's fucking blind, though. Actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're not nearly as blind as I am, so I don't think that really.
Chris, I'm not.
At least you have something on your. Yeah, at least you're trying. At least you're trying. You know, like this guy's just like, oh man, my fucking eyes are fucked up, and he just literally does nothing.
I'm like, I'll be fine.
All right, well, I don't
If
know,
I can
man.
drive my eyes this fucked up, I'll be fine, dude.
I can't help. I don't know what's up with Conor McGregor if he's retweeting stuff like that. Is he like known for being like kind of like conspiratorial? Is he known for being like, yes, obviously dragons?
Not that I know of, and that's what's so weird about it. I only see him promoting his fucking whiskey or something. He doesn't really. That's really the only time I see him post. He's like, "Oh yeah, I have whiskey, drink it," and I don't see him posting. Oh hey, they found a dragon in Tibet.
They're not dinosaurs, bro. It's crazy.
did it,
I was
guys.
right. They're not technically dinosaurs. It's true.
Pterodactyls?
So what is the classification of a
They're
dinosaur?
flying reptiles.
Okay, so dinosaurs just can't fly. That's what it means?
I don't know. I don't know what makes a dinosaur a dinosaur. I think a dinosaur is just like
whatever you're reading, you think they would clarify.
clarify. It's like, oh no, they're just distant cousins to dinosaurs. And I'm like, so they're lizards, I guess.
They're fucking dinosaurs. I don't care. The whole prehistoric shit. If they're scaly and somewhat reptilian, they're fucking dinosaurs.
It's just
man.
it's not even
If they
that.
look anything like Obama, if they look anything like Bush,
anything like Obama.
they're fucking they're fucking reptilian.
I'd say
man.
anything before human history is a dinosaur, basically. Like that's
not every. That's so much.
Yeah,
that's
no,
so
it
much
is.
of the world.
No. You've heard people call like old people like you fucking dinosaur.
No, I've heard you fucking fossil. Never heard you fucking dinosaur.
Same principle.
What?
Same
You've
principle.
never heard somebody be
Never,
called? That
never
is
heard you fucking
insane.
fossil.
That's like a
Oh
common
no,
thing.
dude, you remember, dude? Fucking who did the Superman that hoe? Soldier Boy. He called Ice-T a dinosaur.
Yeah.
I don't
for that-
remember that. I don't remember that shit. I wasn't around for that. I didn't care.
It's not
I
about
don't-
remembering like a specific incident. It's just understanding that that's not an uncommon phrase when referring
I mean,
to
that's a
older
phrase I
people.
never heard. I'm not saying it's uncommon. I've never heard that.
Well, I mean,
You fucking dinosaur. It's so stupid. Dinosaurs are cool as fuck. You call me a dinosaur, I'm like, yeah. Then I start
Yeah, but they're-
screaming and destroying shit.
they're old though. That's all, motherfuckers. It is. Yeah, dinosaurs are cool as shit. We know that. Dude, scientists are trying to ruin dinosaurs. They're the ones that are saying, "Oh, pterodactyls aren't technically dinosaurs." They're the ones that are like, "Oh, by the way, they might have had like a bunch of feathers like chickens. Oh, by
How
the
are
way,
they
they might have
ruining
squawked
them?
and not roared." And I'm like, dude, I don't want to hear that shit.
How
I
is
don't
that
want to hear
ruining
anything
them?
like
That's just
that.
the facts.
No, but how is that? That's exactly ruining. We've seen Jurassic Park. We know what
We've
like,
seen
that shit's-
incorrect information. So
Yeah,
now
that's-
that we're getting the right information, it's just
That's
fucking
what we
shut up for
want
me.
dinosaurs to be. I don't want dinosaurs to be giant fucking chickens.
Do you think-
like that? That upsets me.
Do you
I
think
think a
that
squawk would be scarier than a roar.
I
honestly.
think so too. Do you think because it's just so like it's so unassuming, like a giant?
It wouldn't be a
cool.
regular squawk. It wouldn't be like squawk. It'd be like something like bellowing. That would
Well,
hurt
they would
your
probably make
insides,
it like how
probably.
like they make giant birds and like fucking video games, like a phoenix or something that's like
Yeah.
terrifying squawk.
Do you think that like if they ever like if they remaster Jurassic Park, do you think they'll update the dinosaurs to be more
I thought
anatomically
you were
accurate?
talking about if they remastered dinosaurs. I was like, what?
No, if they
They
remaster
wouldn't
like
do that.
Jurassic
That's
oh,
Park,
like
the
in real
movie.
life, you stupid asshole.
like if all the raptors in Jurassic Park just look like big ass chickens.
Yeah, that would make $5.
Nah,
wouldn't.
nah, man. People would love to see that. I would love to see
I
that.
would, I'd see that.
You would love to see it as a meme, but you wouldn't be like, "Oh, that shit's cool."
Can I
like
be-
not like
They might
it's
have cool colors, man. You never know.
Look, I'm gonna be real.
Okay.
I'm gonna say
Alright,
something that's a
alright.
little controversial.
Okay.
Okay, let's hear it.
I think
you-
Jurassic Park is fine. I think it's entirely fine. That movie.
Okay.
Just fine.
I
don't
think it's cool.
Yeah,
That's it.
I don't like it's this beloved movie and it's like everybody talks about how like amazing it is. And it's like, yeah, this is fine. I was never blown away by Jurassic Park.
It's cool. That's
Well,
it.
to me, I thought it looked fantastic. I thought the models for the dinosaurs looked fucking great
Yeah.
for early 90s.
No, yeah, it holds up.
The score is fucking fantastic, man.
It's really good. Good score.
Jeff Goldblum is the shit, and I appreciate him much more now than I did as a kid.
Yeah.
Especially, I was really terrified when I saw The Fly, so that kind of fucked me up for him, because that movie is kind of disgusting.
Oh, The Fly?
Kinda.
Kind of?
Kinda. The movie's fucking gross.
Isn't there a scene where like Jeff Goldblum looks like a Cronenberg fucking like boil man?
He's like melting in one scene, dude.
Yeah, and then he
disgusting.
Wait, isn't there a scene where he like throws up on his food or something? Also, like,
Yeah, and
Well, he throws up on somebody because he's like dissolved. He's like I think he's like fucking up somebody.
yeah, he's dissolving someone.
Yeah,
Of course, it's
I
fucking
learned that
gross.
like flies did that. I fucking hate flies with all my heart. Learning about like why can you imagine designing something like that? You're like, yeah, I need this.
I'm
A fly?
I'm a little skeptical
Well,
of
they're
the fact that
they're
flies actually throw up on their food. I've never seen this
They
happen.
do, but really small amounts.
Well, I don't know, man. I've been bored as a kid, like with nothing to do, and like I've like just stared at flies just existing, and like I didn't see any of them fucking throw up on anything and like
No,
start
because
slopping all over it. I
You know
haven't
why?
seen this.
You need
You know why?
Why?
what?
Because they land on food, you instantly bat them away. Every time they land on food, you're like, oh, get it out of here. It's their food.
No,
this is my food.
I was specifically observing.
But it wasn't on food. I know, because it's like literally, I can't myself see a fly land on something that I could eat and not try to attack it. I'm like, what are you doing? I try to hit it.
I mean, it's also not throwing up a giant puddle, so you're not gonna really.
It's like a little
see.
I
You're
understand.
not gonna really see anything.
But look at
You're using just your eyes, man. Maybe if you had a
Also,
magnifying
it's an-
glass, I would feel like, okay, maybe you'd have an argument.
But have you ever seen even like a close-up video of a fly throwing up on something?
Never looked it up.
Like I've never even seen that. Like even in like
Well,
a
think of it like this,
documentary
Chris. How
or
are they
like,
gonna eat?
huh?
How else would they eat? Because they don't have teeth.
Well, I don't think they're animals. I think they're made by the government to spy on us. But
Sure,
I mean, that can make
true.
sense.
that's true though. That's
They don't-
just
yeah.
true.
I don't
Conor
okay.
McGregor was talking about it the other day.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
Conor McGregor.
Never mind.
Conor McGregor facts.
You know what's funny, actually? I think Ian Miles Chong uses flies to prep for his what you call it, his swatting maneuvers. He sends a few flies over. He's like, good.
Dude,
He's home.
Conor McGregor-
And so
He's
is
the
his dog.
He's the master at killing flies. He fucking swats the fuck out of them, dude.
Fly
He uses
swatter.
flies to
Good.
swat people, then the flies die too.
Somebody please have an animation called Fly Swatter, and it's just Ian Miles Chong calling the cops on flies. I want to see this. Do you think?
That's poetry.
Yeah, it
That's
is.
poetry.
Do you think
It's poetry
if
in motion,
Conor
yeah.
McGregor heard any of what we're saying, do you think he would try to kill us? Do you think he's
No, he
that
wouldn't
kind
care.
of person?
I disagree. I mean, he punched a guy that looked like he was in his 90s, but he was only in his 50s. He punched him at a bar, at a pub, because he refused to drink his wine. I mean, his wine. What the fuck? His whiskey.
Well, he was also rude to him, and like I think they might
Bruh.
in person it might be a different thing. Like in person, if you disrespect fighter, you're probably gonna get fucked up in person. But we're on the internet. He's gonna be like, fuck them fucking dumb black people and that red Puerto Rican man. Let me go get some more Guinness.
Is that how he sounds?
Can you imagine?
No, that's not. I don't know how he sounds. Let's get some more Guinness. I don't have time to.
Top
fight
of the
you.
morning to you. I'm Conor
Top of the morning,
McGregor.
Mike.
I'll be honest. Conor McGregor kind of does sound like a leprechaun, like a little bit. Like he
Nah,
has
you
that
know he
accent.
doesn't, dude.
He's not the high pitched thing, but he has that Irish because there's a lot of different accents in Ireland, just like anywhere else, right? You go to any other country, they have a bunch of different like England. The worst accent in England is Liverpool. Like those people sound fucking atrocious.
What's Liverpool
They sound
again?
Oh my god, it's
What's
like
up,
John
Rum
Lennon.
Dum?
You know John Lennon, how he talks. He has this really weird way that he enunciates shit. But there's people. If you want to we probably have some people from Liverpool. I don't want to shit on them. I'll
Dude,
calm
you ever
down.
heard like really old like young people saying like really old British slang? It sounds disgusting.
What's
Somebody said he was gonna rum tum someone, and I was like, "What the fuck does rum tum mean?
Yeah, I don't
that's
know.
not real.
I don't know what that means.
That's not real." I gotta ask my sister because she's from there. But when I went there, they sound like Idris Elba. There's a bunch of black people, and they all sound like fucking like cool like spies. It's like, hey, what's going on, bro?
Cool spies.
They all sound like
Her
spies.
fucking husband sounds cool as shit.
Every British person either sounds like a spy or just a ruffian. Just a
A
complete
ruffian.
just a
ruffian?
complete what is it? What is an American term that's like kind
A
of
hood.
British? Like a ne'er-do-well, you know?
I mean, I think
A hood.
A hooligan is really, I think, the word you're looking for.
Hooligan?
Yeah, because
Like
all those football hooligans, they're all like they're all the fucking
They're all about to do some bad
They're
shit.
the ones that talk like this, innit? They're the ones that like, and they say me. They never say I. They say everything's me. Me thinks that's a good idea.
No one says that.
I've never heard that.
No, they say me all the. Are you serious?
I've heard like
they say me all the time.
I've heard like get out of me car. You know, like I've heard.
I've
that.
heard me in Jamaica because Jamaicans say that. Jamaicans say that too.
They stole that from them.
That's
true.
They
weren't speaking English before.
That's true. They were speaking whatever kind of fucking. I'm not gonna say it. Whatever kind of shit they were speaking before.
It's very common. It's a very like say. It used to be like, oh, you're illiterate if you speak that way. And it's not like that anymore. Now it's just regional. But the biggest example now is Tyson Fury. Like just listen to an interview of Tyson Fury talk, and it's me think this and me. It's always me instead of I. And I like it though. I like it.
I hate that. That would drive me insane. If somebody,
I love making fun of British people, dude. It gives me solace. It gives me solace making fun of them because of me. I think because I'm Jamaican, my body's like, good, yeah, tear them down. They destroyed our island, tear them down. But like, they just sound like Cockney people are the worst. Like people from
Oliver
people that
Twist?
are Swedish, like the fucking
wait, Cockney
weird,
isn't Swedish.
It's not? I thought it was. No, it's Australian, right?
No, what? No, Cockney
is it
Cockney is like
Norwegian?
Oliver Twist. Please, sir, can I have some more? It's like the newsies, like the newsboys.
Is that what that is?
Read all about it.
Hey, I'm sorry, I little pirate here.
Oh my god!
Kingston, are you recording on the good mic because it sounds like shit whenever you speak?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Me?
I think his gain is insanely high.
Your gain is like fucking wild.
Really? I'm recording on the good mic.
That sounded like aliens like falling in a blender, dude.
I'm recording on Scarlet, definitely.
That was
it sounded
wild.
like an ear rape meme.
That was.
It sounded like an ear rape.
It did sound like ear rape.
I like it though. It was like perfect British.
It was like fucking.
It's exactly how British.
Dude, that's how they sound, bro.
That was like fucking Mars Attacks.
You can't tell me they don't sound like that, bro.
Yo,
you ever seen a bunch of British kids get mad at you and start screaming at you, and they sound like little lambs?
Yeah, we got it.
Like a bunch of angry ass lambs.
What were you saying?
Somebody, I would just say to get a good example of the worst British accent, in my opinion, there's a mixed martial artist named Darren Till. He's from Liverpool. Just listening to him talk, and he's a troller and a shit talker, so it's egregious. Just to give you guys an idea, and then I wonder if the listeners will agree, because I think there's a lot of them are fine, but just think of John Lennon, but like in his 20s, and just speak really. You know how John Lennon sounds. Everybody does impressions of him. It's like basically when people do impressions of the Beatles, but it's really just like John Lennon, it's from the Beatles. And they have this very weird way that they speak, and it's like it's inhuman.
From Game of Thrones.
It's inhuman. No. It's very distinct. To me, it's like a very inhuman, like, it sounds like some asshole just made it up on the spot, and he was really popular, and everybody copied him. Because it doesn't sound natural to me. It sounds like, you ever watch Doug, and then they had that, and the band The Beats?
Yeah.
Basically, the way they spoke is basically how Liverpool people speak for reals. Like, they're doing, like, they have a really. It just doesn't sound real to me. I'm sorry, people. If we have any listeners in Liverpool, you're not real. That's all I gotta say.
What's the worst? What's the worst American accent then?
Ooh, somewhere in the north, in New England. That's all I know. Somewhere in the Northeast.
Oh yeah, the Boston accent. I personally hate the fucking New York Italian accent. I hate that shit.
You don't like
hate
gabagool.
that shit.
You don't like no gabagool.
It's like, hey, what's going on here, man? I was talking like Joey Wheeler. It's like fucking like no, like
hey, Paulie.
Because
what's going on over there?
I lived there for so long, and I was around so many Italians that did not speak like that. They just spoke like thuggish kids, and I was and then I was like, this is how people from New York sound. I was watching movies, and I was like, where the fuck do people sound like that? Like, what? And I was just confused. And then I left New York and I went to I left the Bronx and I went to like Brooklyn and like Manhattan when I was getting old, and I was like, ew, y'all sound stupid. Why you sound so stupid?
I never minded it.
Gabish.
I don't like
shit.
that. What is that? The
Staten Island girl.
No.
That too.
I don't hate
That one's
any of the
pretty
New
bad.
York accents. I actually think they're the only good ones. But what's the
That's
bullshit.
what's the Don Chano? That
Oh, the
fucking
Minnesota.
Oh, that's like Midwestern.
Oh, my
that's
God.
like fucking Minnesota.
Yeah.
And North
And then
Dakota.
above that whatever that place is in Canada, that's right above it too.
yeah.
It's all that same region.
That's-
they do that stupid. They sound like this.
They-
I'm like, what are you doing?
They almost
I don't
sound.
know what that
It's
hell.
almost like they sound like they sound like Americans translating a silly Swedish accent into American accents. It's
Oh my
very
God.
bizarre.
That's actually that's very accurate.
Don
That's very accurate.
Chano.
Don't I know that doesn't work? It's like, you sound stupid. You
Oh,
sound
man.
dumb.
They're sweet though. At least
They're nice.
Like,
they're nice, but
they're
I
not-
That accent sounds very sweet. But like, I could see someone racially berating somebody with that accent.
it's like
It'd probably
Sarah.
be hilarious.
Sarah Palin kind of had that accent a little bit, if I
Really?
remember
She's from
correctly.
Alaska, right?
Yeah, because it was like she had like a very Midwestern
yeah.
a Midwestern twang. It wasn't that exaggerated, obviously, because that was like a fucking cartoon character what I just did. But
That's crazy. thought
I
people
heard
in
the worst
fucking-
accent. Actually,
up?
guys, I heard the worst accent. I have it saved. It's a London chick that's speaking like a Valley girl, and I couldn't believe that exists. I'm like, why are you talking like that? You're so far away from that shit. You're so far away from that California Valley girl speak. You know,
Oh
the
my God,
upspeak and the vocal fries and shit. But then add that like British like tone to it. So she was like this and I got this and that, and I was
That's
like,
how they talk
whoa.
on British reality shows, dude. They sound fucking horrible, dude.
Well,
It's
I'm never gonna
insane.
watch one, so
all right,
I'm not gonna watch
Well,
that shit.
we've shit on the British enough for today.
We can shit on some- I got some more ammo.
We've
What are you doing, Shu? Shu, what are you doing? Come back to me. Come back to Papa
What
Shu.
are you doing? You've gone straight too far, shit. I don't know what you're doing out there. What? It's rather dangerous, bro.
Straight into the call me's hands. What are you doing, Shu?
My name is British person insert
Oh my
British name
God.
here. My name's
We
Jon
have
Snow.
to save Shu on head and put cheese all over her.
My name
She
is
really loves cheese.
I'm Jon Snow and I'm the protector of the wall. I look stupid. I'm by the ice wall.
you want 30 minutes of this? You want 30 more minutes of this?
Worst. That was the worst.
Whatever you say, I'm down to clown.
Jesus
want-
Christ, that was so bad.
That one was bad. That last one was really, really fucking bad.
Anyway,
I'm
let's get on
down
to
to
some
clown.
questions since we got like a bunch of them, and some of them are
Alright.
pretty. Some of them are pretty good.
Let's
Okay.
do it. I'm ready.
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Let me find the one that was like particularly.
I think I can do this.
I love you, Shu. I love
June
you so
on
much.
head.
June on. I miss you so much, love. Why do you have you forsaken me?
My hands are so big I can crush people with rather ease.
I caused an earthquake by clapping.
That's insane. That's insane. I hit the floor one time. My favorite football team lost a game and I hit the floor and 3 people died in a 6.0 earthquake.
6.0 isn't actually that high.
It's pretty high, bro.
It's pretty. It'll stuff will fall over.
Yeah, stuff will fall over.
A 6 point, no, not 6 point. I think it was like a 7 point something, but that's what fucked up.
A 7 will definitely fuck.
Seven will
Seven-
fuck shit up. The 6 and 7, the 6.5 is like the middle ground where like things could be bad, but things aren't typically.
Yeah, there was an
'Cause-
Italian one that was in the 6s. That was pretty bad.
Yeah.
No,
It
the
was
6
one
one
that
is the
was
one
pretty
that.
bad.
Where's it called?
Well, it depends on the place, I think too. Like if you have infrastructure
so.
that's like made
I'm
for
trying to
it.
remember. I'm trying to remember. I think a 6 is the reason why Northridge got fucked the way it did, like in the 90s. I think it was a 6 that did that. It fucked up Northridge, dude.
Yeah,
Well, fuck
it depends on
Northridge,
To the point
infrastructure.
they had to build a new college.
No, well, they probably needed to.
Well, true.
Anyway, what? Oh, I can't read this. It's too offensive. Wrote in. Good name. Greetings
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
to the mysterious void that keeps taking $5 from me every month. Bit of a simple one.
Sick.
What is the most inappropriate time you have laughed? be it something as benign as laughing when a friend gets injured or when someone tells you something deadly serious. Thanks, creatures behind the void.
I already know mine.
Do you know yours?
Yeah.
What is it?
It's really fucked up. I don't know if I want to say it, but I know what it is.
Well,
Let somebody else go first. I want to gauge how fucked up it's gonna be.
One of our roommates. He's not a roommate anymore. He moved out I think a year and a half ago or something. He's in some of my videos. He's Black God. You know him. He was he and his girlfriend at the time were in the living room, and she was telling him a story about how she went to church one morning and they came back after church and their dog had hung itself on a fence. And I had to leave the room because I could not stop laughing. It was the funniest thing that I think I've ever heard.
Okay.
That's a dog, dude. Yo, the imagery of a dog lynching itself is I'm sorry. I understand that people love their dogs. I understand that that's a precious being to that person. But that.
Could you imagine walking back and seeing a dangling dog there?
I just thought immediately some kid some kid across the street, looking at some Cat in the Hat shit where he's looking outside oh man, I'm so bored in here. I wish the outdoors were more fun and I wasn't allergic to pollen. And then he just sees this dog fly over the fence and hang itself, strangling, gasping for air. And then the family comes home and it's just a fucking Halloween decoration. That is wild.
Oh my God.
That is a wild scenario.
Yo, you took it up. You took it up a notch, bro.
What?
Okay, let's hear yours, Derek. Mine is really fucked up.
I mean, you gotta go. I mean, you can't just say oh, mine's fucked up and not say anything. You should have just chose a different one.
You gotta go. You gotta go.
So one of my friends. All right. So one of my friends said that she's really anti-abortion, right? She was really anti-abortion, right? She was like, I don't like this. It's not funny, okay? And I was just like, oh, man, yeah, it's really terrible. And we were having a whole conversation back and forth about why it should be fine. And then a vacuum turned on somewhere. And I just started laughing because I was like, you don't think a little cleanup would do somebody better? And she got so angry because she started crying. She was like, my best friend had an abortion. I was just like, tough. And I started laughing at her. And I think that was the worst time we were having a really serious conversation about two different views. And instead of just holding myself together for 5 more seconds, I laughed at it. And it was really fucked up. And I was like, ooh, man, never talk to her again.
That doesn't even sound that bad, what you said.
It's bad for her, but it's really not that bad.
Because you shouldn't laugh at that. You shouldn't laugh at the facts of abortions. But
yeah, you shouldn't. But
vacuums. A vacuum
I mean,
going off during that conversation. That's just perfect. That's
comedy.
divinity.
That's good comedy. That's good comedy.
That's an angel landing down on the vacuum being like, let me turn this on. And taps it. And it turns on.
I don't even think I would have made that connection if I heard a vacuum. I think I would have just been like, oh, that's an annoying vacuum. Because I think...
they just scoop it out. They just scoop it out real quick. They suck it out.
Then
the vacuum turns on.
I would think more about wire hangers. That's the more traditional kind of oh yeah, that's the abortion thing. The wire hanger jokes.
Oh yeah, the wire hanger.
I've definitely also laughed at people getting I broke up with my girlfriend. I started laughing, and I was like, "Dang, that's tough." And I started laughing, and I leave the room.
Yeah.
But if someone, go ahead, dude.
I just can't really think. I can't think of anything of me specifically, somebody in person or something like that. I can't really think of anything like that. Definitely, strangers getting seeing car accidents. I've laughed. It's not the most appropriate response, but I have an image of a couple riding, and they didn't fucking get seriously hurt, but I just saw it coming. I was like, look at this asshole whipping through traffic, and then shit stopped, and then he couldn't maneuver around a pickup truck, and then he smacked into the tailgate, and I was laughing. Fucking, he fucked up his bike and shit.
Oh yeah, that's karma.
And it's it's great. Laughing at stuff that's pretty fun. But
that's normal. That's not so bad.
Yeah, I can't think of. I'm oh yeah, I laughed in somebody's face. I've
definitely laughed in church when I was a kid, and I was
bro, dude, I could not. My friends begged me to like, please take me to your grandma's church. Like they want to go to a Baptist church so badly, and I'm like, no, you won't be able to. I can handle not laughing. I can laugh internally, but they won't be able to hold it in because it's fucking hilarious.
Ridiculous.
It's a punk show. Right? Like when the music's fucking going, the organ's going, the bass is going, these motherfuckers are moving. I mean, it becomes a show. It's crazy. And then the pastor, that I don't know why they all do this though, but they do that weird, in between every breath. Praise the Lord. I'm gonna do this. And then it's just like, and then the organ's wailing. It's fucking hilarious.
Dude, I'm not a Baptist.
So funny.
And I've been there and it's cringe, bro.
This church is cringe.
Okay, guys, I have one more thing. I have one more thing, right?
Yeah.
So someone sent me a link of this guy who like, it was a really sad video. This guy who like lost everything and ended up taking his own life, and it was really sad. And I didn't laugh at the video until afterwards, because he shot himself, and afterwards the dog, his little poodle, walks in the room. And I'd start laughing because I'm thinking, like, what the fuck does the dog think just happened? He's like, what happened to my human's face?
That is a weird. That's funny. That is funny.
And then I made a joke. I was like, the dog's like, yo, man, who threw a watermelon on the floor in the house? Because his head was, it was fucked. Dude, it was really fucked.
That's funny purely because the thought of like a dog walking in on a suicide is like really.
Well, he walked in right afterwards.
No, but that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I just said. Like the thought of like a dog. Like any animal that's like vaguely human, like that's vaguely in tune with like the emotions of a human, just to see like a human just splayed out like that, and then just like, what the fuck does it think? Like, because it probably thinks on some level that like, oh, he'll like get up at some point.
Yeah, bounce back.
He'll just like, he'll gather himself, and feed me because I really need to be fed.
Dude, the dog walked in all calm and just like looked around the room and then looked up, and I was just like, what the fuck, dude?
That's fucked up.
This poor dog.
Wait, how was it recorded? If like, was there
the
somebody
guy recorded
else?
on a webcam, sort of like we're doing it, and he just did
recorded himself.
Yeah.
Oh wow,
that's
it
wild.
Was really hardcore, man. Like the ending part, he just kind of went for it, and I was like, what the? I couldn't sleep after. Like I couldn't sleep for like a week after I saw that.
I don't believe that.
But then I saw the doggy, and the dog's like his body energy was so like, just what the hell's going on in here?
Yeah, I don't know.
I hope that guy rests in peace, man.
I feel like most of the time I'm able to get away. I'm able to hold in my laughter. I'm pretty good at that. But there are some times where it's like, I was not expecting.
I can't hold in my laughter.
I just wasn't expecting to hear a story about a dog that hung itself. Like that's like so. And I'm like, I don't even know the breed of the dog, so like my brain is just auto-correcting to like the funniest breed that it could possibly be.
Like a what? Like a fucking dope? Like a dachshund?
Yeah, like those
wiener dog.
Yeah, like a wiener dog.
I just thought of something that was actually pretty fucked up. I totally forgot about this real quick. I used to be in this punk band. It was spelled differently. It was spelled Pedaffiles. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Right.
So it was spelled that way, right?
That's pretty good.
Yeah. So we had this kickback in a hotel, and it started at my house at one year. So they called it like Derek P's, and then like, oh, we got to do Derek P's 2 the next year. But we did at a hotel, and our friend Rafa, like he for some reason he just like stopped breathing for a little bit. It was fucking crazy. But then he like came back, big gasp of air, and then his cousin, like good friend of mine, he was like fucking like crying and shit. And then like when it was kind of like things were settling down, I grabbed my camera and like I took a picture, and like it's a really sad like fucked up moment. And for some reason, I was like, oh, I was going through my pictures. I'm like, oh, this would be a dope album cover. And then when we had our EP, and then I had that saved the album cover on my iTunes and shit like that. And he saw that. And my homie got so fucking pissed. And I just remember going, dude, a loved one almost died. Like he was fucking pissed. I was like, dude, I don't know, man. I thought it looked cool.
That's a good. That's that energy in that room, man. You gotta capture it, bro. I understand. Do your thing.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy that almost died, man.
That was probably the worst thing I could think of. But usually I'm pretty good.
You guys are good people. That's crazy. I laugh at people getting hurt all the time.
I just keep things to myself. That's all. I'm really good at that, man. Because I laugh a lot when the usually especially like the worst crimes, the sexual assault, stuff like that. When stuff like that happens, it makes me laugh it's so horrible. It's so horrible. It's funny.
I can't laugh at it because I don't understand it. That's like out and fathomable. When people get hurt, though, I understand their pain, and I know when I get hurt, if someone laughs in the room, I can laugh at myself, and then it feels a little better for me.
Sure.
Yeah,
that's it. But like,
wow, that's annoying.
What's up?
No, I keep getting the fucking alert sound from OBS. It's not coming through the recording, but I'm like, it's so fucking distracting on my end. All right,
next question.
I pray that Chris's girlfriend leaves him for Ben Shapiro. Wrote in, which is a very specific request. Hello, bitch Raygun. How does it feel to know that I know where to find glass Snapple bottle drinks and that I will never tell you? Listen, I'm fine with that. I'm totally okay with that. I'm over it. Because this is what they've done to my precious drink. All right? They put it in new fucking plastic bottles that look heinous. That they look like it looks like sickly green vomit, yellow. It's fucking stupid.
I thought it was Nesquik at first, to be honest.
That's what I thought.
I didn't know what it was,
dude. When I opened it, I was like, did you motherfucker give me chocolate milk? I was so fucking furious.
You can't expect humans to do anything right because they're fucking garbage. Next question.
All right. Green Ice God wrote in. He says, "Howdy, PC gamers. We know you like AAA shooters and RPGs and whatnot. But what indie games have you played or are planning to play? I find the sparse story and immense depth of games like Terraria and Factorio." Eyeblind kept telling me about Factorio. I have no idea what it is. Gives them almost unlimited replayability. I almost have 2,000 hours in Terraria and 1,500 hours in Factorio, and I still pick them up regularly. Happy Christmas and Merry New Year. I haven't really dabbled in as many indie games as I would like to. I don't know if Hades is Hades an indie game?
Technically, yes.
Bastion Hades also.
Yeah,
it's just really popular, but it is.
Yeah,
For me, it's Hades and Hyper Light Drifter. Those are the two games indie games I've been really fucking with.
I guess Hades would be mine then. Hades and Bastion. I play a lot of Bastion. I really love Bastion. I gotta pick that up on Switch because I heard it's actually pretty good there. But
what about you, Derek?
Honestly, I think the only indie game, because I haven't played Hades yet because I haven't played fucking everything yet. Yeah. And the last indie game I played was Blasphemous. And that was it.
Oh, wait. Blasphemous was that.
That was that. It was basically. It was kind of like, oh, this is side-scrolling Dark Souls.
Yeah, it was like Castlevania, kind of, right?
Yeah. Really, if you want to really compare it to something.
Yeah.
But that show was cool. It very. I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, I sometimes don't want to play difficult shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or
I know exactly what you mean.
This is really cool, but it's very frustrating But it's good though. People would really enjoy it if they haven't picked it up.
Yeah. One that I haven't played in a minute, but I did like was Risk of Rain 2. I played that with Lyle and Kyle, which sounds like a fake group of people. But they were like, "Yo, you want to play some Risk of Rain 2?" And I was like, "Sure." And I was like, I had no idea what it was. It's actually pretty good for whatever the hell it is. So that's one that I would recommend. But I haven't really been fucking around with too many of them, just because I feel like I have a lot of bigger games that I have to play for Sacred Symbols, so I have stuff to talk about, but that is that. Yep.
You guys should just pretend you played everything and then just make up everything.
Make shit up.
That's
just
the worst. That's the worst stuff.
I thought about pitching to Colin, because he wanted to do a Final Fantasy VII spoiler cast or whatever, and I was like, I never told this to him, but I was like, I should just pretend like I've played it and just be like, and he's like, what did you think of the story, Chris? And I was like, man, I thought the way that everything got tied together in the end was so nice. And just being really vague about it.
Just super vague, dude.
Like fucking Cloud, man, and
when Cloud started sucking dick, I was like, well,
I mean,
good on you.
Yeah, okay.
When Cloud Strife hits that pivotal moment in the story where things kind of shift a little bit, man, I couldn't keep my eyes off the screen.
That
like,
moment,
right?
you know the moment they have when they have that really intense moment, and there's a moment? Best moment.
I would just have to be so fucking vague about
would
it that
hate
it would be
that.
so obvious. But I did think about that. I haven't done that though. Everything I've talked about on Sacred Symbols, I've finished. I remember I remember when we had to do the Red Dead Redemption spoiler cast. I finished that game so quick, and that is such a big game, dude.
Yeah.
I finished that in like I think 2 weeks, and it was so fucking
That's
painful.
ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
I was like
dude.
10
You have
hours
time
a
to enjoy
day.
the game.
It was like 10 hours a day for like a long while, because it's a long fucking game.
That's too much game to sit down and play like that.
It definitely is. I love
I
that
played
game
in
though.
2 months.
I love that game despite the fact that I felt like I had to rush through it, which is insane.
Yeah. Imagine being a kid with all these fucking games coming out.
Oh my god, you'd be in
like,
heaven.
where you have time. Like that's
Imagine being a kid with all the games that come out and having the previous ones too.
Imagine
that would be
being a
overwhelming.
kid. Imagine being a kid right now and Game Pass exists. Like that's fucking insane to me because I was like paying I was paying a similar price to Game Pass for just Xbox Live when I was
Same.
that young, and I was like I would like scrounge money and I'd be like, yeah, Xbox Live, so I could play like this one game that we all have with my friends, and it's like the same price. You could just get like all this shit. It's insane. It's
Yeah.
probably like a haven right now, being like a kid.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. It's great to be a kid on every console except for Nintendo because they make you pay full price for everything.
Yeah,
Other than
isn't,
that, every
like-
other console kind of looks out for you.
Isn't Breath of the Wild still $60 bucks?
Yep, everything's still 60.
Wild. Damn,
Yep.
even Call of Duties aren't that expensive still.
Yep, every Pokemon game is the same price it came out as. Still.
That's just fucking stupid.
That's so fucked up.
It's insanity.
Nintendo
That
sucks.
is fucking mania.
Oh my god. Okay, the whole IRS wrote in. The entire IRS.
The whole
That's not
thing.
good.
Yeah, not good. Salutations, El Ratchet, Clonk, and Sly Bibba. I don't know what any of this is. El Ratchet? I guess that's me.
Ratchet.
Ratchet,
I mean,
Clunk, and Slife Cooper.
Sly Cooper. I just don't know why Clonk. Why is he saying shit like that?
Oh, is that Clank? I don't know.
Yeah,
Whatever.
it's supposed to be Clank, but like what is the was it?
Look, I'm not this.
Pro-
I don't work at the IRS. All right, I don't know. I'm the,
I forgot it's the IRS. Excuse me.
Oh,
yeah.
you
You,
don't
you
make
can't. There's no rhyme or reason for the IRS. I'm a first-time patron after watching your show for a year now, as it's gotten me through the shittiest parts of my life. My question for you three is as follows. So say you're in my shoes, going off to college in 6 months. You prefer old hardware and are bringing your PS2. What 5 games, at the most, you only have 5, would you bring with you? If you truly need to, you can bump it up to 10. 5 is fine. I think 3 is more interesting, actually. What 3 PS2 games would you bring if that was the thing that you were bringing off to college?
That's fucked up.
That is fucked up.
I'd have Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
I should finish this question, though.
Oh, there's more.
Yeah. Mine are Star Wars Battlefront 2, Tekken Tag Tournament, and Twisted Metal Black, the only good Battle Royale game. God of War and Monster Hunter, so he has his 5. Thank you for making me smile when I've had a bad day, fellas. Thank you, man. Thanks for the support.
Yeah,
dude,
you
we
owe us a lot of
appreciate
back
you.
pay though. You've been listening for free for a year, motherfucker.
Yeah.
how you like that IRS? Fuck you.
How you like that? That's not even the same person.
It's not.
It is.
No, yeah, Sam. Man, don't
Oh.
fuck with me. God damn it.
Dang, IRS, fuck, man. We gonna come after you for your back payments.
Man,
I'm saying.
I genuinely...
So we doing 3 or 5?
I'm going to do 3. I'm going to do 3 just
Okay.
because I think it's a little harder. It's a little more
It's
interesting.
a lot harder. It's a lot harder.
I'm thinking for me, Shadow of the Colossus.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Z Budokai 3.
Which Budokai? 3.
3.
Never played that one.
I love 3.
You never played 3?
I never played 3. I
That's
didn't
the
get
best
past
Dragon
2.
Ball Z fighting game, bro.
I didn't get past 2, man. I was just like, okay, I get it.
Yeah, that's
I
fair.
just-
2 is like it's basically 2 but like way better. Like significantly.
So it's
That's
just
fuck-
so it's
that's-
not 2. It's just
That's,
it's
yeah, but that's
No, but I
nobody
mean-
told me though.
but I mean,
no one
it's-
told me.
Yeah. It's I think the best one. So that okay. So, oh man, oh god, this is really difficult. Yeah, Shadow of the Colossus, whatever the fuck I just said, and
Whatever the fuck he just said.
Oh my
What
god.
did you just say? Dude, that's fucked up.
Dragon Ball Z Budokai 3.
Oh yeah.
And
I don't know.
Go
ahead.
Ooh, man. Ooh. I gotta do a coin toss. Metal Gear Solid 2, I think. I love Metal Gear
Why
Solid 2.
2?
I just really like 2 a lot.
Why 2 and 3 exist on that console?
3 is great, but I just like the oil rig. There's something about that rig that I just really fucking like. It just clicks in my head as like, I know this place. This is so sick.
Fuck. I hate 2 because of fucking... What you call its voice, man? Raiden's voice is so fucking annoying, bro.
Whatever. Big fucking deal. Get the fuck over it.
Goddamn. Dude, it's bad, bro.
Metal Gear
I
Solid
hated that
2.
shit when I was playing when I was little. I was like, yo, he sounds like a fucking bitch.
Fuck you. Metal Gear Solid 2 is like one of the best fucking games ever. Like, that's insane.
Yeah, but you know what's much better than 2? 3, literally.
3 is like kind of better than 2.
No, 3 is like objectively straight up better than 2.
In a lot of ways, but
in every way.
No. I will tell you, like, I think that map is just way better than anything in 3.
And that's
like,
a cool aesthetic. But the jungle with fucking.
Did you just say the
boss,
fucking jungle?
You just say the jungle?
The jungle. The fucking jungle, fucking solid, fucking big boss creeping through the grass, stabbing of crocodiles.
I'm not big on the fucking jungle. I'm not big on like, oh, I gotta put my camo on, I gotta like rub dirt on my face, and I gotta fucking ration myself with beans or whatever the fuck. I gotta sneak through a crocodile infested like landscape, and it's just like it's barely anything. Like, I like Metal Gear Solid 3. It's a great game. It's one of my favorite games ever. But I think if I'm gonna pick a PlayStation 2 Metal Gear Solid game, I'm probably gonna pick 2 because I just love playing. I played that game so many times, and 3 I will start, right, and I'll walk through the jungle a little bit, and I know the exact part. I'll get to the bridge where the people are like walking across the bridge at the start, and I'm like, this isn't even hard, but I just don't want to play anymore because I've already played this.
That's insane. Two is literally, I cannot replay 2. I played 2 twice in my life, and I was like, yo, fuck this dude. I didn't play it again. I hate the boss fight. I literally hate the boss fights. I hate the way you use your sword. The only thing that's good about that game is having Solid Snake around. That is the only good thing about that game for me. Other than that, I hate it.
That is such an insane... Is that your lowest rated Metal Gear Solid game?
Oh, absolutely not. 5 is. But,
what's above 5 then?
Huh?
What's above 5?
5? It's 5. It's 5 to... 4.
That's
1.
fucking crazy that you like Metal Gear Solid 4 more than 2. That is insane.
I really don't like Leon's voice. Like, Leon? You don't get it.
Yeah, I hate Leon's
Not
voice.
Leon. Sorry, Leon. He's another fucking weird-haired kid. I really hate freaking Raiden's voice, man.
That's a good crossover.
I hate it. He would have been great in that game.
That's such a bad reason.
He would have fucked shit up, dog. He would have been amazing.
Sure. He fucking kills everyone just by himself.
Post Resident Evil 2 Leon in any game is literally beating a game easy. He's like, oh, this is easy mode. I can't be stopped.
That's insane. But yeah, those are my 3, I think.
All right, what about you, Derek?
I guess. Okay, so I was thinking about it because of replayability. I don't even know if that's a real word.
It is.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, that's
as
right.
As far as I'm concerned, it's a real word.
It's said.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a real word though.
Yeah. So, God of War 2 because I really like that game. Really fun.
Two's a hitter.
And then that dude said Tekken Tag Tournament, and I actually agree because there's a few things in there. There's actually even a side-scrolling fighting mode in there, I think, if I remember correctly. I know there was in Tekken 3. It was called Tekken Force. But one of the things that I played way too much time on Tekken Tag Tournament, it was the Tekken Bowl. There was a bowling, and it's stupidly addictive. Like, I played way too much. Way too much. It's just so fun. I actually got into bowling because of it. And the last one, because I can do a lot of seasons, is NBA 2K2.
Smart.
Because, I loved making my friends and then making like all the fucking dumbass nerds in school. And since I'm a Lakers fan, I would always put all the nerds on the Kings because they were the biggest. That's who we were beefing with back in the early 2000s. So just all the fucked up people, I make them all fucked up. But I would make them good though. Their stats were stellar, so it was still hard to compete with them. So I'd put them on the season, and we'd always compete for the Western Conference Finals. That shit was fun, man. That shit was fun. But now the shit's all too real now.
Yeah.
It's all like it's real and boring as fuck. Like I see people playing 2K online and they're just so adamant on like perfecting all this and that. I'm like, dude, I just want to like fucking shoot like threes and miss almost none of them. I just want to have fucking fun and just pack everybody, and you can't really do that shit anymore.
Yeah,
you just get tired, and it's not really fun anymore. It's too real.
You mentioning bowling just triggered this like really specific memory in my head of the first movie-based like Tobey Maguire Spider-Man game on Xbox and PlayStation 2, where there was like this mini game in the options menu or like in the extras menu, where you would just be Spider-Man and you would swing down like a bowling lane and kick the pins down. This was real, and I don't know why. Like this just flashed in my head. That's really crazy. Uncomfortable.
Okay, so for my 3, I'm choosing Spider-Man 2. Actually.
All right, there you go.
I would choose Street Fighter. The Third Strike.
All right.
Because I played that game so much and it brought me hours of fucking just love. And then I would say Battlefront.
All right.
Oh yeah. Battlefront's a good one.
Battlefront or Battlefront 2?
Oh, 2.
Yeah,
I love being on a fucking planet with all the Wookiees, and I'd play as Vader, and I would kill all the fucking Wookiees. Kill all the fucking Wookiees, man.
That was the IRS's answer too.
Oh, you said oh yeah, that's crazy. Yeah,
he had Battlefront 2, Tekken Tag Tournament, and Twisted Metal Black, which I never played.
Black.
I played Black.
I don't remember if I played Black. I don't remember.
I played like 1 and 2, and then I played Head On the PSP. It was like the
Head On?
Yeah, that's what it was called.
I played all of those games.
Yeah.
I played not all of them. I played all of them until maybe the second one that came out. I think Black was the last one I played, actually. It was the second one that came out on PlayStation 2. And then I was like, all right, I'm done with these. These aren't really fun. I never liked these. I just played them because people were playing them.
Yeah.
You guys ever play that one, that Vigilante 8, that they try to like, hey, look at us?
No.
It tanked so hard. Because,
really?
Yeah, they were trying to compete with Twisted Metal, and it was so shit.
There's a game on PS5 right now that looks like it's like vehicle combat battle royale, and it's like this just looks like Twisted Metal, but it's not for no reason, and it's very bizarre.
Oh, that new one? Yeah, that one I got delayed.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I can't remember the name. Fuck me, but oh well. Blake wrote in. He says, "Hey guys, first time patron, long time listener. Firstly, wanted to thank you guys for all the hours of content. You're welcome, my guy.
You're welcome.
You've made my new graveyard shift infinitely more enjoyable. Also wanted to thank Derek for him talking about I Am Ghost a while ago. I gave them a shot and ended up really enjoying their sound. So
I'm glad, man. Cool.
That's always fucking. I love whenever like people
it's
are like,
useful.
Yeah, whenever people are like, oh yeah, this thing totally turned me on to this thing. I love it. My question for the group is, what is your guilty pleasure musical artist or band? For me, it's Ellie Goulding. I forgot about Ellie Goulding. It's not exactly something most people would assume a 25-year-old guy like myself would enjoy, but her Delirium album especially is one of my favorites. Thanks for the laughs and happy holidays. Thank you, Blake.
Heyo.
For writing
let me
in.
check what my guilty pleasure is.
What?
Are you gonna check your playlist or some shit?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll answer this just because like this just fell into my head and I'll just forget it if I wait any longer. But that fucking LaRouge song, that Bulletproof or whatever the fuck.
I'm not sure.
You know what I'm talking about,
baby. I feel bulletproof.
Yeah, that's a really bad. That's a really bad version that you've just heard. But
yeah, horrible.
But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of it's a bit of a bop. But I remember listening to that.
Bulletproof.
It's called Bulletproof by LaRouge, but or something LaRouge. I don't know. But it's kind of like it's just really really poppy and it's like really like kind of I don't know. Like I remember hearing it and I was like I could probably edit something to this that goes really well. I love songs that sound like ridiculous that like could be used in like any editing situation. Like I remember like for a film project that one of our other roommates was doing, we had to like we filmed a fight scene and he was like, "Hey, I need you to edit this." And I put it to the tune of it's such a pretty world today by fucking Nancy Sinatra, and it like totally worked. So every time I hear songs like that where it's like anything that's like not necessarily like punk or something that I would listen to pump me up, or like anything that I would listen to purely for enjoyment, I always think like, oh, that sounds like I could edit that into like a pretty cool fucking scenario and it would be sick. But
okay, I found my. I remember mine. I know who my guilty pleasure is.
What is it?
I got it now, dude. Sam Smith, man. I love me some Sam Smith, dog. I can't help it, dog. He's such a good singing voice.
I'm aware of this dude. I just tell me one of his hits.
Magnetic or Magnet.
Magnet?
Yeah. Or no, Omen. Sorry, Omen is his.
Omen.
Yes. I fucking love that song.
Omen.
Then it's
okay, let me see. Maybe I've heard it. I just because I've heard a lot of popular songs, but I'm just like I don't know their fucking names, you know.
All I know about Sam Smith is that like he was one of the first people, like he had, there was like an article about him going insane in lockdown like 2 weeks after the quarantine started. And I was like, oh man, I wonder if he's still alive, you know.
It's like him in Disclosure, dude. I fucking, oh my god. My EDM shit, I love it.
Right.
Yeah, that's the weird thing about that is I'm like, can I consider that a guilty pleasure? I'm not sure. Just because I feel like, to me it's like something that I feel like I wouldn't blast. I wouldn't blast it to like to 11 in my car.
Okay.
I feel kind of like that as a guilty pleasure because a lot of EDM, like a lot of trance music, that's like my favorite. These like usually just a DJ and then they get like this beautiful singing voice over it. Usually a woman,
right?
And it just sounds fucking dope. Like, I think everybody knows, like, what is it? Like, damn it! I was gonna say two at the same time, and then it kind of fucked me up. But that totally fucked me up. But like, there's that remix of that cover of the song "Heaven," that Bryan Adams song, and I think that's, damn it, because I know there's DJ Sammy. And then there's that one song, Better Off Alone. I think everybody's heard that song.
Yeah.
Like, that was, like, some shit that I would usually pump myself up. And then when everybody got into EDM in, like, 2008 and all this shit, like, a lot of people started showing me a lot of stuff. Because I was always like, oh, this is cool shit, but I never explored it. And there was a lot of cool bands that or I guess DJs, you can't call them bands, that I was introduced to that I'm like, dude, this shit's really cool. I love the ambience and just really relaxing and stuff like that. And the funny thing is I'm going blank for a lot of them because I was going to try to like name drop some stuff to like, hey, check this out if you want to check it out.
Yeah.
But it's just like right now I'm like, it didn't happen.
Oh,
yeah.
I know. Paramore's my guilty pleasure.
Well, I said a guilty pleasure. Paramore's great.
Paramore's the absolute shit, dude. I'll turn that shit up to 1,000. Like fucking Decode is one of my favorite songs ever.
A guilty pleasure is something that you usually like blast your music out, like you usually blast your music outside your car windows, but like a guilty pleasure is like something you'd like blast, but like you'd roll the windows up. Like you wouldn't.
I don't think I have a music like that because every kind of music I listen to, I'd listen to it fucking proudly.
I think of it. I think like for me, it's like those really catchy like early 2000s. Kind of almost piano, almost pop songs, like fucking like Michelle Branch, and like
dude, Everywhere's one of my favorite songs.
Everywhere's a good song.
'Cause you're everywhere to me.
It's catchy as fuck. Like it's actually like
I was literally listening to it yesterday. At first I was listening to I kind of just I got there. Okay, so this is how I got there. I was I was watching a Revolver magazine. Like Revolver magazine's is a metal magazine. I used to get the issues, but now like fucking reads magazines anymore. But I was watching their YouTube channel, and then they were interviewing a bunch of bands and one of the questions were guilty pleasures. And then one of the guys said this pop artist that I've never heard of, but she has like 500 million views. She's huge. I've never heard of her. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. And then next to it was Vanessa Carlton. I was like, holy shit, what happened to her? And then Michelle Branch showed up, and I started listening. I started going down that road. I started going Jules. I don't know if you guys remember Jules? She was just like the chick with the acoustic guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Even after you're gone, you will
Yeah,
live
or
for
like,
me.
what's that song? Fucking, oh my god, Torn, by fucking, what's her name? God damn it. Hold on.
It's hard
Torn
to think.
by. Yeah, I can't like. Torn's such a generic thing.
Yeah, I
Or,
know.
I
won't
like
be able
No
to find
Doubt
it.
too. I also like No Doubt a lot.
No Doubt's
Fucking
great too.
love No Doubt, dude.
Natalie
I don't have one.
Natalie Imbruglia. This is like a really specific fucking song from like, oh my
Torn?
god, I think like 1997. But it's like,
Whoa, that's a lot of views.
it's a fucking big song, but it's like, it's that song. It's like, I'm all out of faith. This is how I feel. I'm cold and I am shamed.
I know this song,
naked on-"
yes.
Yeah, like shit like that. Where it's
We
like,
watched this video. We recently watched this video together.
yeah, because it's a good song. It's just these songs, like, look, man, as like.
That's a feel-good
As
song,
low testosterone as these songs are, you know, like these are genuinely like really well made, like
My life is
compositions, like compositionally, like these are really catchy songs and they're fucking good.
My life is
I was
pure.
listening. So I went to the doctor's. I had to go to the ENT, and on my way back, I was listening to Celine Dion, and my heart will go on. She has another one. I forget the other one that's really famous, but then she has this one that's a little less known. That's the way it is, where
Oh,
she
I
was
know
trying
that
to kind of, she was trying to like go more poppy, like Backstreet Boys ish type. Because it's not her. She usually just does ballads, but that one, like, dude, that shit fucking slaps. I'm like, it just.
Yeah, man.
Sometimes you gotta listen to that whack ass shit, dude.
It's
but I definitely have my windows rolled up though. That's for sure.
I don't have that.
Oh
whole,
my
like,
god,
this
that's the way it
whack-ass shit
is.
music.
I haven't heard this song in so long. This song reminds me of that's so nostalgic. This reminds
I'm
me
a
of
genie
like
in a bottle, bro. That's I don't know why I like that song so much.
I'm gonna
If you wanna play with me, baby, there's a price to pay. I'm a genie
nigga
in a
in a
bottle.
bottle.
You gotta rub me the right way.
Alright,
That's
right.
my jam, dude.
I'm a Negro.
we should probably I don't know. What's the rules about singing songs on iTunes?
Oh, can we not do
I
that?
don't know. Like I only just thought of it because I'm a paranoid person, but I'm sure it's
you
fine.
can do it.
I'm sure it's
you can
fine.
do it. You can absolutely do it. The only time you can't do stuff like that is if you are making so many views, people are stalking you,
Right. Okay.
and they're trying to get you. They're trying to get you on anything.
But yeah.
I think one of Mr. Beast's friends was like humming something, and then they try
Oh,
to claim him.
That's fucking
What?
crazy.
yeah, they're just fucking vultures.
Dude, the fucking
Gotcha.
copyright people, like, they can suck my dick, honestly. Fuck
It's
off.
getting worse and worse, bro. It's getting to the point people are gonna start doing time for like little shit. And it's gonna be wild.
Yeah.
Bruh, didn't they just like? Oh, it wasn't for music, but it was for stream. It was for pirating or something.
It was copyrighted music for streaming. Like I don't know what that means.
It was in the
though.
recent bill. Was that
It's
it?
Yeah, it
punishable
was-
by time in prison, bro.
That's so crazy.
Can't
They
believe it.
snuck that shit in.
Yo, can you
This
imagine?
fucking
Can you imagine
fuck
you're
is so good, man.
You imagine you're streaming one day and some guy's blasting like NWA outside your window, and then the fucking SWAT team comes in and they're like, hey, Ian sent us, and then you get fucking taken away, and then you just can't see your family for 10 years.
Ian said to say, shoot your dog in the face. Blow, because they always get your dog,
You didn't even.
Where's your fucking dog?
You don't even.
No,
you don't even.
no, please don't, please don't.
You don't even have a dog. Like they bring a dog to you, introduce it to you, make it so like you really like it, and then they kill it.
They bring a puppy to you, they push it over you, it comes, it licks your face a few times, and you can feel the bestial connection between you and your beast, and they blow its head off, and you're like, what the fuck, man?
Get on the ground.
That's a real.
fucking ground.
That's a real SWAT tactic.
They bring a dog. Could you imagine playing on the natural connection of a human and a dog just to hurt somebody more?
Hey man, that's what they
What
do.
if they do it over time? They're like, oh, we got this guy. We see that he's illegally streaming music, so we're gonna give him this puppy, and he's gonna have it for 10 years. And then we're gonna show up and kick it 9
every
times
dog,
till it's fucking
every
dead.
dog that's
Kick
ever
it
been shot by
9
police
times.
was given to the owner by the police years ago, indirectly.
It's always you think it's not, but if you go back and you connect enough dots, you'll be like, Mom, who'd you get Sparky from? Some guy that.
Some
Do you have
guy-
a picture of him? Is this a picture of him? Yeah, he was the sheriff of the town police. Oh my
imagine?
God! They
That's-
gave us Sparky to kill Sparky.
That's my guilty
LA
pleasure.
Sheriff Department. Oh, hey, Ian. All right, I'll send that puppy over in about 10 minutes. And then
10
fucking
minutes.
then it started.
He's like, Stunning, I came back and like, look who I found in the cutter.
All right,
and
let's
it's a little fucking golden retriever puppy. You're like, yay!
It's so sinister.
Boopsy Joe. Boopsy Joe wrote in. He says, "Hello, 2020 survivors. A follow-up question to one that I had asked 6 months ago. As this very, very unique year comes to a close with its shambled, beaten legs, what do you think the best/worst things to come out of it, be it news, games, movies, shows, comics, music, etc.? I feel as if this year was at least okay in that regard, even with the plague still prevalent."
I think this year has been amazing for media. Except for movies. But
Yeah, movies have been kind of shit this year, actually. Like,
video games.
Inevitable.
Video games have been amazing. Comic books have been fucking stellar. What you call it? We started the podcast, which was insane. We like really took off with that.
Yeah.
For me personally, I started streaming, which is wild. Like this year was a lot of bad shit, but I made out pretty good this year compared to many other people.
It's a pretty good. It's pretty good in the little things. It's just really terrible on like the grand scale. Where like just like, like it's like it's almost like a really good play at like a shitty venue.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh man, like it wasn't a bad show, but also there are no exits and it's on fire. Like what's going on?
The exit is only windows.
Yeah, there's only windows, and they're all they're all jagged. I don't know. I think, man, there was. I think for me, it's like definitely video games, man. Like
so many games came out this
fucking
year, man.
killed it. I'm having a great time with Cyberpunk. Fucking Final Fantasy VII Remake came out. Fucking Doom Eternal and Animal Crossing had that weird little romance thing going on. That bromance.
That's right.
That was so sick. That was like just like a moment in time where like everybody was just like super chill and super cooperative and super nice. It was like probably the most wholesome time the entire year.
It was Ghosts.
Yeah, Ghost of
Then there was
Tsushima. Fucking The Last of Us 2 gave us bashed-in head Joel.
Yes, he did.
Even
a
as
character
much.
that will exist for years beyond.
Yeah, he was iconic characters of PlayStation lore: Crash Bandicoot,
Head Joel.
Spyro the Dragon, Heihachi, dead middle-aged / old man with cranium misplaced.
Dude,
be good.
His head got. Dude, it was like a gusher, man.
It was. Yeah,
that final hit, man.
There's some good shit.
Put some blood in my wee wee.
I don't know if I heard any music this year that was particularly exceptional, though. I'll say that. Music was kind of whatever. Like I don't think I heard anything.
I heard a lot of good music this year.
Did you hear a lot of good music this year that came out this year?
Yeah.
Really?
There's a lot of hip hop. Like Reason came up. There's a group called Griselda had a really bunch of good music this year.
Mario Judah, obviously.
Mario Judah too.
I mean, he's
if
out
I'm
on a
not
blast.
mistaken, Earth Gang made an album this year. They're really, really good. Joey Badass put some music out this year. Like it was for hip hop, at least in my sphere of like very lyrical hip hop, it had a really, really, really good year.
Yeah, not much happened in other scenes. I think actually Rise Against put out a new song that was pretty good, but that was only one. It wasn't like an album or anything.
Didn't Gorillaz put out an album this year too?
Gorilla. Oh yeah, that's fair.
Right?
Yeah, they put out the one with like the Elton John one. Yeah.
I totally didn't listen to it.
I listened to it. It was great.
That totally skipped me. I skipped over that.
I only heard the Elton John song, which is really good. But yeah, I don't know. I think video games definitely swept. Movies,
they definitely.
Like I don't even like Sonic was the last movie that came out in theaters that I saw. So that's like just etched into my head.
Borat came
now.
out this year.
Huh?
Borat came out this year.
Borat was
Borat
pretty good. Soul is pretty good. This is like almost like at the end though. Like I don't even know if I.
Did TV have anything good this year?
Mandalorian.
A lot of people liking The Boys and
The Boys, Mandalorian.
The Boys.
Did Castlevania come out this year or last year?
Oh,
Was it early
this year? This year. That was March or April.
Yeah, it was the beginning of this year.
Because it was during it was during lockdown. I remember in our old place.
So we got Castlevania. We got what else? That's about it that I remember watching.
Yeah.
Blood of Zeus came out, which is really good. I thought it was pretty awesome. A lot of people didn't watch it yet, but Blood of Zeus was like really cool.
Auntie Donna's Big Ol' House of Fun.
Was that this year? It was made.
Yeah, of
Or
course
was
it
it made
came out.
before
It came out like
came over here this year.
no, it came out like recently.
Oh, I thought it existed and it just came to Netflix recently.
No, I mean it's a YouTube sketch comedy group that got a Netflix show. So a lot of the sketches are like remade, kind of from the ground up from their YouTube videos, but still like a 2020 show. Yeah,
a lot of good shit, dude. This has been a really good year for media overall, man. I think it's just everyone had time. Everyone that cares about the art they made had time to sit down in their own mind to be like, let's make something good, I guess. And they did it.
Yeah.
So, keep killing shit.
Yeah, what about you, Derek? Nice.
That's all I can.
So nah, you got a kiss.
Yeah, it was. No, I agree. I agree. Definitely, video games did a great job.
I think I'm gonna cut it. I think I'm just gonna cut it at the kiss because that was a good response.
Yeah, that's good because some bands, whatever.
Yeah.
Good shit, whatever.
Ziegel wrote in. He says, "Happy New Year, my favorite alt-centrists. I've been a fan of all three of you for over a year now, and I'm happy to fork over a handful of bucks a month to help out the podcast.
Thank you.
It makes being a dish boy all the more bearable. I wanted to ask you, what are your thoughts on rhythmically intricate bass EDM music?
Ooh.
Not basic bitch house EDM that a 4-year-old on ketamine could come up with."
Fuck.
That's shit that I like, man.
Rhythmically based house EDM is pretty much my favorite kind of music. It's Vapor Twitch. That's what I think of instantly. And I like Flume, Sam Gellantry, fucking Muramasa, stuff like that. And I love that kind of music. That's my like go-to. If I'm not listening to like some guy rapping about living in the hood, selling drugs, or some Japanese person going on a ballad, I'm listening to like Vapor Twitch, which is just like some really groovy beats, and like every now and then there's some woman that comes in and sings this amazing chorus, and I'm just like, wow, this is music. This is art.
This is art. Yeah,
you would have to show me some examples of that shit because I don't usually.
I don't
go too deep into that.
Yeah.
Like the most stimulating shit is like, for me, is more on the progressive like metal side.
Yeah.
All these people are being all stupid as fuck with their fingers. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
You know?
That's like Devin Townsend and shit for me. But but he says stuff from artists like Virtual Riot and Subtronics are some of my favorite. It's an underrated genre, and I think there's a fucked up norm that listening to rave-like music day-to-day is considered strange, even though listening to that stuff feels like meth.mp3 to my brain.
Meth.mp3.
And is the most interesting music to follow beat by beat. Keep up the good work. I love you guys. P.S. Chris, your suggestion of Hades made me give it a try, and it's now one of my favorite games ever. Can't thank you enough. Hell yeah.
Hades is an amazing game, man.
That's what we do. We turn people on to shit, and I love it. I love getting shit like that.
Yeah.
If that's...
I want to turn you on.
Make sure you mention that shit, because it's always a treat, honestly. Like, I love that shit.
Yeah.
Hades is my favorite game currently right now. I've been playing it a lot, and it's fantastic. I can't keep singing praise about it. I think it should have got Game of the Year, personally.
It's pretty damn good, you know. I would never lead you astray.
On purpose.
Our last little question here comes from Ooby Doob Banooby. Hello, you band of backwards, baffling, blundering buffoons. First time Patreon, and with a very important question for you. What is your favorite movie/show that is so bad that it's great? Mine is personally Thumb Wars, The Phantom Cuticle. They always used to run on Cartoon Network growing up, and I genuinely thought it was just a fever dream. Love all the content you make. Have a happy holidays. I know exactly what the fuck this dude is talking about.
I love that is too.
This was those were these weird like fucking movies where Steve Odekirk, the guy who was in Kung Pow, and who like I think runs the production company that made Jimmy Neutron, he made these like really weird movies where like he would like put faces on thumbs and like dress them up, and like he made like The Godfather like with thumbs, and like The Blair Witch with thumbs, and like Batman with thumbs, and it was just the weirdest fucking shit.
It's a fever dream. I remember that shit. It was ridiculous.
It was like I thought the same shit. Like I thought like, oh my god, this is a fucking fever dream, surely. But in direct relation to that question, fucking Kung Pow, dude. Kung Pow is so absurd. If you haven't seen Kung Pow, you really should, because it's
quote that shit regularly, dude.
It's the stupidest fucking thing I've ever seen, And the fact that it exists, and the fact that people gave money to it, and the fact that it just became this weird cult stupid movie is just impressive to me. And I remember just watching it so much.
Fuck, dude.
I like parts of it, but some of it is too much for me.
It's
like
so
I love that whole movie.
That tongue,
dude.
like that, like his tongue, I fucking hate it. It's too cringe for me.
No,
man. Even when I was a kid, even as a kid, I thought that was too much.
No,
like, this is stupid.
No, exactly.
Like, stop it.
I was the same way. I was like, what the fuck is that stupid thing? I hate that thing. But I couldn't stop. I couldn't stop watching it because I was like, I was just baffled that it existed in the first place because I'd never seen anything like that.
I
like subtle, like. So usually my favorite lines from comedies are very subtle things that weren't meant to be very funny. It was just like, that's kind of funny. It's so stupid. Like he's talking to, I forgot, he's talking to one of those guys and he's like, I've traveled like many miles or something to like show up. And then he says, like, how many? Would you say 10 million? And like, it's this, the idea of somebody saying 10 million miles is the stupidest fucking thing. And it made me laugh so hard.
In what movie?
In Kung Pow. Yeah. In Kung Pow. He says, like, would you say 10 million? I'm like,
those are my favorite moments. That's the thing. It's like, those are my, like, Kung Pow has so many, like, stupid moments that are, like, really, like, annoying Dumb and Dumber moments. Kind of like where it's like, okay, it's just stupid. But, like, there are, like, smaller, like, lines that are fucking hysterical. I don't remember what the context is, but there's, like, this scene where, like, two goons are, like, trying to chase the chosen one or whatever. And he's like, you go that way, I'll go home. And it's just like, what?
I love that movie because there's some, the ad placement is hilarious. The fucking Taco Bell ad had me crying.
Perhaps a carbonated soda. It's just
it's so good.
That movie brings me so much joy despite how objectively terrible it is.
Yeah,
that's the point. They didn't make that movie to be great.
No, but what's interesting about that movie is that it's like kind of impressive, like that they made it because, I don't. Do you know how, like, what they did, like what that movie is?
It's a dub, right?
It's what they did was like they took this real movie from.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Like they took a real like kung fu movie, like a terrible one. I think it was called like Fighting Cranes and Tigers or something, and they just superimposed this dude over the original guy, and they just matched his head and shit. And it looks really rough now on like 4K TVs and shit, where it's like, oh, you could definitely see like where they took shortcuts because they weren't thinking in fucking 4K. But
yeah,
like
definitely.
it's so weird because it's such a stupid thing that is technically like really impressive that they even meant. Because I
love that.
I today wouldn't even know how to begin doing that. You know, like I would have if somebody asked me to like, hey, take this kung fu scene, even just a scene, and like convincingly superimpose yourself into it, I'd be like, what the fuck are you asking me to do?
Yeah.
And I've been editing for years, like pretty sophisticated editing, and I still like look. That's wildly impressive, even if it's fucking garbage.
It is. I agree. I agree.
I don't know. What's another show I think that's like dog shit, but I love it?
I mean, I can't think of anything other than just like the only teen parody movie or any of those comedy parody movies that I enjoy was Not Another Teen Movie. There's a lot of
that movie's hilarious.
There's a lot of parts in it that I'm like, this is actually really funny, because every other one sucks dick, but this one's like rated R. They went like just stupid things that, like, I tell you, like, there's this little kid that's he's playing this Asian. You know, he's being very racist. He's like white as shit, and he's like sees some Asian guys at a party, and he's trying to be cool with them. And you know, obviously they give him this look like you're fucking racist, and then one of them proceeds to like kick him in the face, like, which just makes the whole like proves the stereotypes true. And I'm like, that's good writing. That's good. Like, cause you just expect it would have been funny if they just would have walked away, like, yeah, like fuck off. But then he just did some karate move to him, and I was like, that was good. I love racism. It's pretty great.
For me, I like the part when they were talking about the token black kid, and he met the other black kid.
Yeah, and
they bonded. I was just like, what the fuck? It was literally
in the same area. Yeah,
Two black kids in the same area.
I've also seen most of those movies. Like, I actually really like the movie Varsity Blues, where it's just, you know, a high school football movie where everybody's like looks like they're 30. and has James Vanderbeek and shit, and Jon Voight and stuff, like, and he's just racist, and he's a complete piece of shit. It's a great movie. Great fucking soundtrack. It's got what is it, Hero from Foo Fighters. Like it's like a great soundtrack. They're in the strip club and they play Hot for Teacher, and it's their teacher they find there, so it makes perfect sense. It's actually like I really like it. And then they parodied the fuck out of Not Another Teen Movie with it, and they did a really good job with it. I actually recommend. I guess it wouldn't be funny if you haven't seen any of those movies.
Dude, Chris Evans in that movie also, which is hilarious.
Yeah, that was
Fucking
a lot
young
of
Chris
girls'
Evans,
first crush, like. Because he takes from Varsity Blues, a chick comes out with whipped cream on her snatch and her tits, like she's like, oh, and then she wants to bang James Vanderbeek because he's the new star quarterback, and he's like, no, I got a girlfriend, and I'm like, you're fucking retarded, you can bang her.
No,
but,
no, you don't. No, you don't, Derek.
No, you
don't. He has a
definitely
girlfriend.
do. You're the star quarterback now, and your girlfriend's old news, and you're hot
Your
news.
girlfriend's old.
Your girlfriend's old news, ladies and gentlemen. Derek, some guy, black man. There you go.
It's a great
There you
quote.
go, guys. She's
Your
old
girlfriend's
news.
old
Just
news. I love that.
kidding.
I love that line.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? You don't? What do you mean?
Just kidding. But yeah. So he does in Not Another Teen Movie. He comes out with that with the whipped cream or
He has
on
a
his
plunger on his
crotch.
ass, right?
And then he has a banana in his ass. Like he's like a fucking banana split or a sundae or whatever. And it's like it's pretty nuts. And then I remember being in like 7th or 8th grade and like these fucking girls that are developing like feelings and shit. They're like, oh my god, that's so hot. And I'm like, what's your damage? But I get
What's
it.
your damage?
But I get it. You look at him, he's like, oh yeah, that's Chris Evans. He's sexy as fuck. What are you talking about? I get it.
I don't know. I don't have a bad thing. Like everything I watch, I'm like, this is kind of. And even if it's bad, my brain can shut off the fact that it's bad. Like, wait.
Pretty good.
Oh wait, what's the show?
You can still like something and know that it's bad.
I don't know. I'm too busy enjoying it to know it's terrible. But I think. Oh my God, Star Wars Episode 3. I fucking love that movie. I adore that movie.
Too many people say that, and I question them.
I love it. People talk shit about the Obi-Wan and Anakin fight, and I'm like, that's a great fight.
That's a terrible fight.
That is not a terrible fight, dude.
Not a good fight.
It's
very
really
stylized,
bad.
but it's not a terrible fight. It's
a bad
very
fight.
No,
stylized.
it's really bad. It's too, dude. I like if you want style, go watch the Blade movies. It's all style. They don't do that bullshit. Like it
was a good fight, man. I don't know.
Dude. You know what's a good fight in the Phantom Menace? Darth Maul versus Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon Taken. Like that's actually a good, fight.
Taken Jin. Fucking Taken Jin.
Oh my god.
But that's a good. There isn't too. It's like Darth Maul's doing just enough to be gaudy, and he's that type of person where it's like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking kill people and do little. But there's that scene, there's that moment right in the third one in Revenge of the Shit where they're just standing there and swinging for like 3 seconds.
I love it, dude, because they're trying to fake each other out.
That is
they
not,
literally
stab him
are.
In the face. Stab him in the face while he's
They're literally
his
trying to fake
saber
each other
everywhere.
out, and they clash, and they do the freaking force
This
collision.
is why we get
dude,
shit.
I love
this
that
is why
movie.
we get shit. This is why we get garbage. You're making excuses for that shit.
Nah, dude, you're just very heated and disliking it, and I just love it. I love that movie.
Look,
like
it's
I watch
fine.
that. I watch that movie
Enjoy your
regularly.
trash. That's fine. That's fine. Enjoy your trash. It's just one of those things where it's like,
I love that movie.
come on, man. You've seen good choreographed fight scenes.
Oh yeah, I watched the fucking when I think of good choreography, I think there's one movie by Jackie Chan called Meals on Wheels. There's a fight scene in that movie that I would argue is the best fight scene I've ever seen in my life. Other than that is Daredevil's fight scene when he's fighting in the hallway.
Have you seen?
That's great.
Have you seen The Protector?
Yeah, it's insane.
You've seen it.
Yeah, they basically stole it from that.
That movie is insane.
Now, check it out. Tony Jaa. So The Protector, or I have this Thai version, Tom Yum Goong, like the original one. They just cut a few things out of it.
Yeah.
And then.
But that fucking one-shot scene in the mansion where he's like going up the stairs and shit, dude.
Yeah.
That is one of the most impressive movies, like choreograph-wise, like I think I've ever seen. Probably that's my favorite one.
Right?
I think
The camera goes off of him, but he keeps moving up the mansion, right? And then it comes back to him at certain
it's
points.
one shot. It's fucking
Yeah. It's
one shot.
And I'm like, imagine how many times I had to do that shit.
A lot.
Probably once.
So I was so Tony Jaa was he set the bar like super high, and I've always been like, oh, Tony Jaa's nuts. But those dudes, and I think they're Indonesian. There's the Raid and the Raid 2.
Oh yeah.
If you guys haven't seen the Raid Redemption and the Raid 2, it blows Tony Jaa's movies out of the water, because Ombak 2, The Protector, those were fantastic. But now it's like the Raid guys. These dudes, there's this one scene in the Raid where they shot it for 2 weeks, one scene. It took 2 weeks to shoot. It's just like in this meat locker room with this one dude that's like, all right, I'm going to take you both on. It is so fucking impressive. And then the second to the last fight in Raid 2, where the main dude is fighting the blind chick with the hammers and the dude with the baseball bat, I was sweating. My hands were so sweaty because of how intense the scene is. I've never seen anything more impressive than that. So it's all over. You can watch on YouTube if you like.
Yeah.
Hammer Girl versus Raid guy or whatever.
Look, man,
it's so fucking impressive. And then
cool,
when you
but
say,
did they have force powers? And did
That's it.
Obi-Wan get the high ground? That's all I'm trying to say, guys.
Yo, I thought it was
Obi-Wan
so dumb
got
that he
the
got
high ground,
fucking
and Anakin
Mr.
was like,
Potato
"Don't
Headed.
do it, bro."
I've seen people make metaphorical arguments about how impressive that is in the high ground, and it means something, and it's a callback to this, and I'm like, shut the fuck up.
It does. It does mean something metaphorically.
No, it's like when people make their own. George Lucas is not that deep.
He's not. I don't think he's that deep. I think. Well, no, the Force is fairly deep concept. It's like some sort of like Buddhism, like extracted concept. But like, it called back to something else, and it was a stupid thing to attempt. You should never attempt to jump over someone that is standing planted on it. Like that happens in like fantasy shit, but you can't go over someone that has a blade that can just cut straight through you. That's just idiocy.
I mean, to me, what should have happened, if we want to follow that logic, he never should have did that to Maul, and then Maul should have fucked him in the ass.
Look, all I gotta say is this.
He did it to Darth Maul, and Darth Maul's the shit. And how is Darth Maul? He was just like, what? And then he gets cut in half, and I'm like, oh, he just turned retarded. Okay.
Darth Maul is you didn't even watch Clone Wars.
I hate
Darth
Star
Maul
Wars.
is fucking amazing in Clone Wars. Like, he's like one of the coolest dudes ever. But Darth Maul,
I've seen
in the movies, he's nothing. He's just some nigga with a red face. That's it. That's all. He's literally barely. He has a cool sword, and he killed Qui-Gon Jinn, and then he got murdered.
All right, I can't stomach any more Star Wars conversation. I can't. I hate all those movies.
You're insane, dude.
I just don't like them.
I get it, but they're just admit that 3's bad.
No, it's not. I don't care what you say. You're wrong.
You did though. You did admit that implicitly by bringing it up in the conversation.
I'm like, Mike, people say it's bad, and I disagree. I think it's a great movie. I can watch it regularly. I've watched it regularly. I might watch it tonight. If we finish this, I'm gonna go watch it.
No, what you're gonna do is you're gonna give me your W9.
I mean, I can do that in 10 minutes. That's fine.
I sent you mine actually.
Oh, you sent it?
Yeah, it's in the tank thing.
I'll grab it. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'll cut that out. But all right. Well, that's gonna be it. We got through all of our questions. Not a lot is happening. So we hope you enjoyed this a little bit shorter episode. We're ushering in the new year. We're actually gonna put this live on free feeds a little bit earlier as well, just so you got something to listen to before the year ends. Figure why not? And we'll see ya in the next episode. And, if you like what you heard today, consider supporting us over at patreon.com/thesnarktank. $1 a month gets you early access. $5 gets you a question right on the show. $10 gets you access to our Discord server. And $25 gets your name dyslexically read at the end of the show, which I will now do.
3, 2, come.
Mario Judah is just Dark Timeline Tom Sweeny, Sloshy Scout, Etrasoni, Super Mecha Keith DeVito. Every time Chris says crazy, please check out my podcast. called How Did We Even Get Here every Thursday. Leroy Jenkins, Master Chief's Hard as a Rock, Armor-Locked Cock, Matthew Barrett Clark. I pray that Chris's girlfriend leaves him for Ben Shapiro, Hard Hat Skydiver. Chris has a high voice for a lesbian, Absolute Wagon. The Army of 101 Bananas shoving themselves down Chris's throat, all new, all different. Paul Joseph Watson after he learned to Hulk clap. Monkey Monk, Billy the Big Ball Brawler, a little late-term abortion with Lily Singh, Alaskan Oilfield Trash. Chris would be a twink if he gave into his urges. I wish my dad kissed me like Tom Brady. Cyber Sweeny 2077. Lou 10 Lipton. Not an FBI agent. Juan Punchman, Marcus Shorten, Mr. Fuck, Abusi, Papa Nurgle. Steven Crowder's Viscous Clam and Cum Chowder. Fuck. Danny DeVito's Christmas Candy Cane Cock, Cujo FD, Sweeney's Weenie Sleevey, Murder Ascended, David Connolly, the dyslexic that feels Chris's pain, Dunderhead.
You look like Divinity, bro.
I am Raiden.
Space Movie 1992.
Damn.
Lobotomized Jesus is my drooling divine savior. Heiko 3 foot 3.37 inch long fetus. Moto Zealot. I'm really sorry. Guy. This is Russian characters. I don't know how to pronounce this at all.
Come on, bro. We ain't
Derek,
Ruskies.
stop. You're giving me. I'm about to have a seizure, dude.
I don't know what to say about this.
Stop.
I appreciate it.
Just wait, Gruski vodka.
I seriously
Vodka.
Putin, Trump. Yeah, so there you go.
Vodka, Putin.
I seriously don't know how to say that. I'm sorry, but thank you for the $25. Change it to that. Change it to literally anything else so I could actually properly thank you. Hiroshima Spicy Mushroom, Slippery Steve, and the Stinky Silicone Sex Toy Cyber Monday Blowout Sale. A level 1 Cleric, Derek's Unyielding Sex Drive, Dummy Thick Dave, Big Dude 0444, Heartless Wretch, the Black Man from Staten Island, Uncle Tony's Pizzeria and Abortion Clinic, where today's loss is tomorrow's sauce. Yummy, 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 come inside my tummy. The ghost that lived in the apartment above Chris and Sweeney, Jolly Old Dipshit, Emperor Palpatine, Hugger Derek, the movie theater assistant manager.
Don't look right at the camera, dude.
Carson Jones, Etherean, the ghost of the weekly Ray Gun recap. Ooh. The
like
Progerian
this.
Hunter, Deflated Left Ass Cheek, America Wars Episode 2, The Colonial Wars, Anani's Moose, Aero, Sunny Chance, Melphis 1, El Culebron, Richter 86, and, as always, King of Haphazard. Derek, you look fucking terrifying.
This is bad. Okay, guys, Happy New Year. We love you all. Stay safe. Don't die. Wear your mask and get as much pussy as you fucking can, all right? Get all the pussy you can get.
Holy shit, this is fucking scary. Say something, Sweeny. Say goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody. We'll see you soon.
All right. Yo, that looked... Wait until you see how that fucking looks.